Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Engineer's Life 2. As you can see, I have wrecked my entire house. I've removed it. It's completely gone. Well, except for a few small remnants here and there, like bits of glass or something like that. But anyway, we're going to go on an adventure and find our way to a new home. Alright, and here we are at the new home. I do a little bit of some building, some testing out of some stuff. I've got some general ideas, but I easily ran out of building materials again. Because, well, I've mostly been focused on getting the ores and trying to complete some of the quests. But at least I've got some walls at the moment, and we're gonna, kind of introduce you to the new location as it is. Now, if you look here on the map, where we originally spawned in was this little flat area here. That house is gone. It has been removed. I since have moved southeast, and with that, the seasons have changed as well. It is now, I think, summer or something, maybe fall. Actually, looking at the leaves, it is now fall. But yeah, I now have a little bit of a house. It's not a lot. It's something though. I even have my own little stable area here for my pony, and it's a starter because there's no roof. But at least I've got a nice cozy fire. I've got my own little bedroom. In fact, the horse is probably safer from the elements than I am right now. I mean, I've got a windbreak, but the horse has a roof. Horse is very end game. So I kind of just set this area up here just for aesthetics. I wanted to have like a little entry room as it is, like a cozy area with the fire. And then the rest of it to be kind of like workshop and an inventory area. But I didn't just want it to be a stack of these wooden storage crates. I've got a few of them. This one here, if you notice, is empty. And let me grab that one. That's because I just finished coming back from a mining run, and I had that with me as pretty much my extra storage stuff for mining and whatnot. And of course, I've got all of my machinery set up here, my base machinery. It's not like the complex stuff. And a bunch of the cooking utensils and some other utensils up here. Of course, I've got the Tetra tools set up, plus a couple others. I actually have, let's take this Tetra adze off here, and I've got one of these, a window hammer, because I made a couple of the Macaw's windows. These are the tall ones with just regular stone, and if you click on it with one of these window hammers, you can actually open the window, which is pretty cool. And then you just have to click on the frame again to close it, because it doesn't actually highlight that there's a tilted window there. Same thing on this one, and you can have them facing opposite sides. So, for example, I've got this one that goes out to the stable. You can click in the middle, and they both open. It's pretty neat. I did have to just click over here with this window in order to reverse it, because it was the same as this one. I had to actually click it on this wall, and then it changed its direction. So enough about windows and ponies and stuff. Let's do this. Yeah, I tried to make like a plate here, place setting, and if I hold still, I can get it to look proper like this, but there's some Z fighting going on with this, and it's just not looking right. I'm going to have to think up some better way of putting food out on a plate. I mean, the cake is one thing, but yeah, that's just not working. Anyway, I made some of these Builder's Crafts and Edition tables, and when you connect them to each other, let me put this back here and grab this. They actually will join legs, as you can see here. It kind of like does sort of a connection. You put it by itself, it'll have 4 legs, just like you normally would with a table, or most tables, I guess. And in this case, let's put this here. I put it there, and it just kind of connects. And then it says, "Oh, you've got legs on the corners," which is really neat. It's pretty cool. I do like that a lot. And these have just been really handy for putting these things up on display at the same time, so I know where to get them from. It's not as easy as just clicking and stuff. Oh, that reminds me, I'm on the new version of Engineer's Life 2. I think it's like 101A or something like that. So when you try and harvest something with like your hands that you cannot, like this brick wall, you start hitting yourself. Now that is one way of like kind of trying to up your endurance, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, it tells you that no, that's not going to happen, and not everything has been fixed. And I'm not saying that like as a mod pack. I mean like some of the mods are still a little bit glitchy. Like I've got the clinker brick blocks from Engineers Decor. Most of them work just great. Even, I mean, look at these ones. They are actually 3-dimensional as well. It's pretty cool. But something like, let me grab one of these here. Sandstone ornated clinker brick. When I put this down, wherever I've got it facing me, the corner that's facing me is the corner that's going to have this design on it, which is really cool. I mean, you can have that like outlining a doorway. You can have it on the corners of buildings and stuff. It's really nice touch. But when I mine it up, it's gone. But admittedly, the clinker stuff is pretty good. I mean, the recipe of it, you just take a regular brick block, put 8 bricks around it, and you get 8 of them. So you do tend to get a decent amount of them in the end. I did try and make a chimney as well, which when I look in here, there's a dark shingle roof chimney from Engineers Decor, which requires a campfire. Well, you can't actually craft a campfire like this. You can only craft them in world with that little fire starter device. So there's no way that I can actually make the chimneys, which is kind of sad. Because I was going to have this kind of go offset at the top and have like the smoke coming out. Now I'm going to have to do something that's kind of fake and put one of these campfires like in the roof or something for some smoky effects. But anyway, I digress. It's nighttime. I would sleep, but I want the drops from the phantoms because the phantom membrane is really good for tetra tools, like wraps and bows and stuff like that. And I'll definitely be looking into that. Speaking of tetra, this iron spear with Cavalier 3 has been totally really good when I'm on my horse taking out mobs. It's really nice, really nice. It does a lot of damage. I mean, by itself it does 8.25, but it definitely increases that when I'm mounted on my horse, which I don't think it actually says on here. Yeah, it just says 8. Oh, there you go, plus 1.95. So it adds almost 2 hearts of damage, which is pretty darn good. Truth be told, let's see if I can actually sneak on top of the fence. There we go. I don't have a roof. I plan on having a second floor. Maybe installing a kitchen up there or something like that. I wanted to have a kitchen here, but I kind of ran out of space. I might even expand this a little bit, but for the moment, I like the L shape, and I will definitely be working on this slowly as we progress. So enough catching up on stuff. Let's do a little bit of some questing, shall we? So here's the plan. At least this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to try and open up the coke oven. We'll get a brief glimpse into some of the other stuff that we might be able to get. Oh, simple storage would be really nice. But I think with that, then we might go into the nether, because in the mining run that I did, I found like there's a little spot over to the side here that I can go down, and there is an active portal to the nether down there. But I want to be very prepared for it. Oh, and one last thing before we get into the quests. I renamed my lunchbox, and I made 2 more. So I've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because apparently one of these is as full as many things as it has. It still doesn't hold enough for it to give a good variety. So I've decided that I'm going to have them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And in fact, I think I'll take the stock out of this and that. No, we can have some fish for lunches. Kelp, sushi, roasted squid. That sounds good. And then for dinner, we can have the stock and the meat and the potatoes. And honestly, if you look here, like the stock, I recently had it 0.63. Last eaten 12 meals ago. 12 meals ago. Now, some of these I just made recently, and there are definitely different ways that I can start crafting and making up my food, especially with this variety of fish. But I didn't want to start using too much of the fish until I started doing some of the buddy cards, because I know that those can start working as well. But for now, I've got a decent amount of food variety to keep me going. I've got strength, regen, speed, and I'm at 30 hearts right now, which is pretty darn good. I put this up for display purposes only. The sword, by the way, I totally forgot. The sword actually does more damage to mobs when you're underwater. So that's definitely a good, I'm going to go swimming. I'm going to use this set of armor and weaponry instead of my default, like I'm just going to wear iron. So let's take a look at some of the quests. I know that there we go, the coke oven is what I was looking at. I need 27 coke bricks, which is a lot of clay, a lot of bricks, and a bunch of, looks like some kind of sandstone. Yep, any sandstone. And I should be able to make 3 of those, which means I need to make 9 craftings of this. So I'm going to grab all these materials, and then I'll be back once I've got this set up and ready. Yeah, okay, turns out just having the recipes in there that I had, or just the quantities, I've got more than enough. So let's do 27 of those. Clear the grid back into my inventory, and you can see I've got basically my stone stuff here, my mob drops, my wood, then I've just got some weird tool type junk stuff. My seeds, and then I've got like my ores and valuables and the processed valuables for the most part. It's not too bad, but I think, does that just, oh, I need a bucket of creosote, so I actually need this to work. That's kind of important, I guess. It's not just a matter of getting this done. And there's mobs out there. Look at that. There's like, look at my mini map at the top right there. There's like 5 creepers or something in that one little area. Oh, God. Ugh, I definitely am going to need some mob prevention stuff. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to have this place. Let me figure out where I'm going to expand this to. Because I don't know where I'm going to be putting down this coke oven for the time being. I don't want it to be there forever. Unless I do, I don't know. Let me take a look. Also, you probably noticed that some of the stat number type stuff, the display, has changed a little bit. Like when I'm jumping, I get these little pop-ups now that are kind of in the world. When I mine blocks, I get those little numbers popping up all over the place now. So it's not just at the top middle of the screen up here anymore. It's also going to be displayed where the block was broken or affected or whatever it was that I just did. It's almost daytime, so I think I might be pretty safe with this, but I don't know. I already see a creeper nearby, as well as a spider, so that's not good. Let's see here. Can I just keep you from blowing? How many hits does it take to kill you? Jeez, oh Pete. There's an Enderman. Oh, every time I see an Enderman, I've been doing this just to make sure that I can take care of them. There we go. If you haven't figured this out already, it's definitely worthwhile. I mean, they've got like 50 hearts. Or 50 health. I don't know if that's 50 hearts or what. But yeah, there we go. So much better. Oh, and I got flowering grass block. So I got my first grass block, and it happens to be a flowering one. That's actually really cool. Alright, so I was thinking that we could have... I might actually expand this out this way a little bit so that I can have that kitchen. And like between the inventory and the workshop or something. I don't know. But either way, I was thinking I would just come over here and set up a coke oven that's just out in the middle of nowhere. Because I want to kind of have like another workshop. I don't want everything to be in one building. I want it to kind of be spread out a bit. So let's do this. I'm going to do... And yes, I will need to build buildings for each one of these things. It's not just the one... Whoops. The one building that I'm going to be doing. Alright, and not to worry, I brought my hammer with me. There we go. And we now have a coke oven. Now, according to what this quest says, it needs to be coal in there only. Because I think a block of coal coke is only made from coal. Coal. It's a good thing that I've been mining every piece of coal that I've been trying to find. I did not bring any with me, sadly. That probably would have taken a slight bit more forethought. Alright, here we go. Block of coal coke, go. Or block of coal, rather. That's probably going to take some time for it to actually happen. I didn't realize that. I probably should have put one piece in there to start with. But I think I can work on getting some buckets of creosote. Let me grab a couple buckets, and I can put one in here for now. So as soon as one of these finishes smelting, which is it's going to take some time, the bucket, when it gets one 1,000 millibuckets worth will automatically fill up and go to the output. Now, this being a simple coke oven, it's not any like fancy stuff. It's very limited with what you can hook it up with. Specifically, the blast furnace is or the blast oven is gonna be even more limited than this one, I believe. But I don't know if there are tanks. No, there are no tanks. So we have to go immersive engineering old school. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to mention. The woodcutter from Charm. You know how I found that in the village? I don't know how I mined it up before because maybe I found it in a chest. I don't remember, but it does require a bunch of stuff to make it, which is like, I don't know, like eight iron ingots or something like that. But once I place it down, I tried removing it from my old house, but I couldn't. I tested it in a test world, and it breaks with my diamond pickaxe, and I don't get a drop. And if I use my adze or an axe or anything like that, which is what it says it needs, it doesn't do anything either. It's like trying to break this wall here. It just doesn't want to do it. It takes forever. So I'm here without that, and I'm kind of thinking I feel a bit naked because it's actually a bit much. I've been using my saw, my hand saw currently, which has been getting a lot of use. But I am thinking that's 4 iron right there just to make it. But I also don't know where I can put it. I feel like I've been kind of exhausting some of my stuff here a little unnecessarily. I've been smelting up a little bit of iron, and I think what we need to do next is going to be in here. All right, so next I think we need to make a calendar so that we can try and figure out what time of year it is, and also I probably need to make, oh, look at all the butterflies in the house. It's kind of nice. I need to make a little glass greenhouse for growing stuff. But let's see, I don't have a ton of sugar cane. I should probably plant a bunch of it in the meantime. But until I get it planted, I'm gonna need 2, 3. There we go. That's 9 of them. I'm gonna go put a bunch of this sugarcane in the around here, which, oh look, there's some here, and I keep breaking this with my hand. I think it's gonna be okay. Let's try breaking this one on top. Oh good, in the newest version you can actually break these by hand, which is, it's very welcome. Because I don't know how many times I ended up breaking it with something else. I put my strainer in here for now. Nothing really too fancy, just knowing that I am going to need to set that up again in the future instead of just leaving it there as I have so far. There we go. A couple more. Nice. Because I'm going to need a lot of paper for a lot of books so that I can get a enchanting setup going on as well, which I think can be, maybe that'll be on the second floor, like a little upstairs for the enchanting room. Alright, let's spread this out and we get a calendar. Oh, it already tells me right there. Oh, I don't even need to use it. I could just see. Oh. Still, I'm going to grab it. We're going to see what it says about that quest. Temperate, flower is spring, sun is summer, orange is autumn, snowflake is winter, tropical, rain wet, raindrop wet, orange grass dry. Interesting. Okay, and I can't make the season sensor yet because that requires some nether quartz, and I just have not found any in the overworld. So we're going to have to go to the nether, which I think I've mentioned is something that I'm interested and eager to do. Alternative growing techniques. To grow crops out of season, there are a number of ways to continue normally. Place glass over the crops within 16 blocks to allow them to grow. Create some nice greenhouses. Have vanilla bees placed around your crops. They will pollinate your crops and keep them growing. Grow the crops deep underground below Y48. With this method, they cannot have a view of the sky. Whoa, that's kind of weird. I guess you can do underground. Huh. All right. Stuff I probably should have read and learned about a while ago. Wait, hand rake. Drying agent, fructose powder. Oh, is this all the superfood bar, energy bar? What? Brewing? Okay. There's a ton of food options in here. A hand rake. Use this on sand to get some drying agent or on grass for an assortment of seeds. Oh, neat. So I don't have to just break grass in the world. I can just use it on a grass block, maybe? What is it for that? 4 iron nuggets and a stick. I think I can manage one of those. It looks kind of, oh. That wasn't what I wanted to happen. Maybe it does mean this. Used on sand to get drying agent. Used on grass / dirt blocks to get quinoa, lentil, and soybean seeds. So do I need to place... Let's go inside. A dirt block? And it just tills it. Is this like there's a chance of it and I need to just keep tilling it? I'm curious now. You know, I might as well use it to make a bit of a path. Even though I really like the flowers. I'm not getting anything. I don't think that I'm using this right. I have no idea. I'd be interested to know what methods you guys have come up with for using that device. I'm going to put it there for now because I don't want to accidentally make paths all over the place, only to find out that that's not something that I wanted to do. Alright. I am going to need a bunch of glass, though. I've got a pretty decent amount here. I'm kind of thinking that... Oh, I could probably make a whole bunch of these windows around it, because I don't think it matters what is around the sides of it. It just needs glass over it. So I could like make a greenhouse with stone bricks around the base and then a whole bunch of those folding windows around it and then just glass over top, which I think that sounds pretty darn cool. Let me get some materials here. I'm going to need to smelt up more cobblestone. Here we go, and I now have some glass, oak glass doors. Well, those look nice. That's nice. Is there a stone version of the glass doors? No, it doesn't really look like it, but that's okay with me. I don't mind at all. Is there a secondary option with it? No. I did mess around with some of the Macaw's stuff. Like there's these what are the Gothic windows, which are kind of cool. You can put bars on them, so that's pretty neat. I might actually use that at some point, just not in this build at least. I've got a whole bunch more stone windows. I don't want to convert them all into the tall ones just yet, because I figure I may end up needing to use them for something else. There we go, I still got that back. Good. So I'm going to attempt to try and build this at nighttime without getting it blown up. So, wish me luck. Okay, so I think I have the majority. That's not what I wanted. Oh my gosh, of the all these mob drops. Bunch of jerks just coming in everywhere. The majority of everything done over there for getting the greenhouse set up. It's just a matter now. Dang, I keep having more mob drops because they just kept coming in and swarming me. It was kind of ridiculous. And I still have gunpowder on me. Ah! You! What are you doing here? What's the damage on it? 8.25? Let's just give it a poke. You're about to start burning and regret things. Yeah, I told you. You didn't pay attention. I can just ignore it at this point. But there's some things I wanted to take. I think, was it potatoes? Yes, I wanted to grab some potatoes, some carrots. I think everything else is plantable that I need to, or want to do. Let's see. So, it's not too bad. Looks rather majestic for a greenhouse, but hey, you know what? I will take it. I think that the lighting is temporary for now. I don't think that just torches are going to work for the long term. I'm going to want something a little bit nicer. I could probably put some lanterns hanging across the top, maybe dotted around in the corners or something like that. But for now, I think that this will work. So let's take the wooden storage crate, put it down here, and then I can start planting things. What kind of stuff do I have? I don't even know if the rice that I bought before, there it is, plants on this stuff, or if it plants on water, or what. I don't really know. Looks like it plants there. Okay, and I've got a spider. Gosh, they're just everywhere. No, I don't want melons. I want anything but melons. Beetroots, we're going to do those. And then we've got some flax. That's great. Barley. I only have one of a lot of these things. Broccoli. What I'd like to do is actually like have them marked along the back edge, you know, like with signs as to what they are, so that I can do that. What do we have here? Corn. That's cool. We'll take some corn. Cucumber. And then grape seeds. Those are going to be special stuff. We're not going to grow those inside, but we could probably make like something else set up for them. The industrial hemp seeds, I think, are going to be out here because I will need a bunch of them, and they are going to be quite common. There we go. So let's do tomato. And then, actually, can I get these back? Yes. Okay. Good. Good. Because I'd rather have that match up with the cucumber here. Put those in there. Melon. Rye seeds. Okay. Didn't I have barley? Let's have this line up with that. And then we've got some lettuce. This is good. And grape, melon, wheat seeds. Of course. Definitely need to have wheat seeds. That's like a main staple crop. Let's just do a bunch of that because we're going to need lots of bread. And then the grape seeds, I think I'll plant outside. I'll have to build a small extension for that. And then as I harvest these things, I will replant the seeds. I do have a few extra spots here for potatoes and for carrots, which, there we go. That should do it. And just to make sure that I've got a bunch of each of these, I don't know if this is going to work. It should, because it worked for some other crops. But it's in here. Yeah, I've got some bone blocks. Let's just take the bone blocks. I'll drop off those foods. And I can fertilize a bunch of these things. Maybe I can even duplicate a bunch of them just straight away without much effort. Whoa, that was much taller than I thought it would be. Okay, and it doesn't, I right click. Wait, what? How do I turn it into, what? Is that it? I thought I could like turn it into seeds. Was I not supposed to break it like that? Okay, well, so much for the flax for now. I will have to figure out the flax in the future. Let's check out the barley then. And that is mature. Let's try right click with my hand. Okay, that worked. Okay, all right. I was worried. I'm like, is it just me? Am I doing it wrong? I just need to know this. Definitely things that are important to know. There we go. And I can even put... I could put this down where this block is and then use it for stuff. So what I think I'm going to do is regrow a bunch of these. Whoa, that broccoli looks awesome, actually. That's pretty darn cool. I'm rather impressed. Can I replant these? No, but I do have broccoli seeds, so that's a good thing. Let's just get a bunch more of this, and then click. Oh wow, I got a whole bunch of seeds that time. Alright, seeds are going to be a thing, which is good because we're going to need seeds for a bunch of the immersive engineering stuff later on. The corn crop. Let's see how crazy this gets. Alright, so you're a too tall one, which the flax was as well. If I right click the top, okay, it stayed there and replanted. This is good. And then I can just replant these. And can I... Oop, I didn't mean to use that tool, but that still worked. There we go. And then what do we got here? Cucumbers. Okay. So I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to grow these things up. I'm going to replant them. Can I can turn them straight up into cucumber seeds. Perfect. And then make sure that I've got all the rows done. And then we can go check on our creosote, open that chapter up. Then I think maybe next episode we'll jump into the nether. That should be interesting. Alright, so I finished sorting my stuff. I've got a bunch of veg to work with now, and I can constantly make some even more variety of foods. Oh, and look at this. We've already got a bucket, plus this is already just working its way through. Bucket of creosote. Nice. Which I think... Wait, I'm on the wrong page here. Let's go back to the first steps. And that gets us here. I just need one block of coal coke, which I've got 2. Let's take one out. There we go. Quest complete. And I get a whole bunch of stuff. I get a book, XP. I'll take the XP this time. Iron and what? Hot cocoa again. Nice. An enchanted book with efficiency 3. That's pretty good. I might just put that straight on my diamond pickaxe that I've been working with here. But I think as the sun is setting, this is an excellent opportunity for me to say thank you all for coming out, and I hope you enjoyed just a little bit of, I don't know, sprucing up the house, just trying to get settled in. Boy, the vines even look a bit brown right now. I'm looking forward to winter, what it looks like in the lush hills that I'm in right now. But I definitely need to do a bit of harvesting of some dirt, just kind of like filling in some gaps and stuff in the meantime. Hope you all enjoyed. If so, be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, and perhaps next time, if you click that notification bell, you'll be sure to get notified of when we get the next video up, and maybe we go exploring into the nether. Till then, I'll see ya.